Hey, how's it going out there, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Cash, and this is Weekly Recap. Weekly Recap is me going over my week of operating a semi-truck for 7 days or less. This one here particularly is a 5-day week. This is from August 2025, the third week, almost the end of August 2025. I go over my numbers. I tell you what loads I did, why I did them, where they went, that type of stuff, and then we'll go over the money that was made. We'll go over the numbers of the miles and the rates per mile, the variable cost. I do not get into truck payments, trailer payments, or taxes. Those are three things you will have to take out of the money at the end if you want to do this. I don't put these numbers out to brag. I don't put them out to complain. It's really just me going over what happened to me, so I hope it doesn't upset you. Like I said, it's not bragging, it's not complaining. If you made more money than me, God bless you. And if this can help someone you know, be sure to send it to them. If you're new here, hit that like button. Think about subscribing to the channel. I'd much appreciate it. And I'm on Facebook now as well if you want to join me over there. I'm just saying. So this week, like I said, third week of August 2025. I'm going to end up skipping some weeks, probably like 2 or 3 to get caught back up. Honestly, I have a hard time putting out weekly recaps when every week is like Groundhog Day. I mean, I've had 3 or 4 weeks of these 2 loads right here that I'm fixing to go over. Exactly the same. They paid the same. Hell, I wrote the numbers down and the fuel on them was like within $50 per week of, because I fuel at the same places over and over. You know, it's like, it's boring trucking, but in this kind of freight market, let me tell you, boring is exciting when you want to maintain your business. For me, it is anyway. You know, I've been doing this for almost 20 years. This coming January will be 20 years I've had a CDL. Or for you people down south, CDLs. It's been 20 years, and I've been owner-operator the majority of that. I was a company driver for 3 years, and I've pretty much been owner-operating with a couple failed lease purchases in there, because, hey, I can't seem to make that work. You know, I'm better off just to save up, buy me a truck, put it on somewhere. So, probably going to skip a few weeks that are just the same thing over and over and get up to the weeks I'm in now where I'm doing a few things different. Now that school is back in session, I haven't been doing as many of these 5-day weeks. I've been doing more of a triangle back to Minnesota. I come down south, I bump a little load down south for like $1,000, gets me over to another load that takes me back to Minnesota. So been doing a lot of that now that school is back in session in Minnesota, because, you know, I was loving these 5-day work weeks, or 5-day work weeks. They're not always a week. Sometimes I'll take 3 or 4 days off in between, and then it'll be like, you know, it'll be a 2-week period, but it'll be like a 4 days off, you know, in there. So I've been trying to rack up as many of those as I can this summer, because honestly, trucking's not that exciting, and you know, when the kids are out of school, I want to be at home, you know, doing fun stuff. So with that being said, just to notify you, if you notice, you know, some gaps in the weekly recaps, if you watch every one of them, God bless you. But if you notice the gap in there, that's what's going on. I'm just skipping some of these weeks that are just basically a carbon copy of this week right here. I literally should just make copies of this piece of paper and just write down the fuel cost on it, because nothing changes as far as the miles, the pay, the anything like that. So let's get on with it. I started out Minnesota as usual. Minnesota down to Georgia. I've done this load probably 10 times this summer, maybe a little more. 36 empty miles, 1157 on the loaded for 1193 total. And then that load is 0 degrees, 43,000 pounds. She's a whopper. Technically, that's a little closer to 44, because it's 43,700 something. So it's almost 44,000 pounds. And that load pays $3,000. Yes, that's what that pays. And then I do Georgia straight back to Minnesota. Love that. It's down and back, down and back. I mean, it gets it done for me. And that load is right next to where I deliver. This makes a great round trip. 14 empty miles, and it is 1171 loaded, and that is 1185 total miles. That is 26 degrees, and that one varies on the weight, but this one particular one was 42,000 pounds. I've had those as low as 27,000 pounds. I think it just depends on the amount of product that's ready to go at the moment, because they do so many of those loads. It's just like, you know, every 4 hours they're turning one loose, so they can't really let them build up. It's what I've been told. So anyway, that's the load from Georgia back to Minnesota. That paid $2,400, and that was the week. Minnesota to Georgia, heavy load, 0 degrees. Georgia to Minnesota, right back to the house, and that's another heavy 42,000, 26 degree load, and pays $2,400 for a total gross revenue between me and my carrier together. Sorry, I'm not in my truck. My clipboard keeps sliding around on me. But anyway, that's $5,400 on that, which my 80% is $4,320. Miles for the week, 2,378 all miles, 2328 on the loaded, 50 miles of deadhead for the whole week, and that is 2%. Dose percent deadhead. So it makes a really hashtag high and tight type of week. I like that. It makes for a good week. Now, if I'm in a bind, like, if rent's due, or, if I have some special circumstance where I need a little bit of extra money, I can just turn these one after another. I was doing 2 of them at a time, and then I would go home, for 3 to 4 days, which I guess is the same as taking the break in the middle, because technically, whatever. As much home time as I can make an excuse for is my goal for the summers. But anyway, it's 2% deadhead, 227 all miles. Every mile the truck turned is 227. $1.82 for 80%. My cut was $1.82 a mile, and that's $2.32 per loaded mile. So there you go. Not a bad rate in this market. I'll take it. I got to. Ain't much out there to choose from, to be honest with you. Let's talk about variable cost. Back to using Mudflap a little more now. Mudflap's getting their discounts back. I'll have an ad at the end of the video if you want to check out Mudflap if you're not familiar with it. But diesel on this particular week was $9.75 on diesel, $2.15 on Reefer, and $47 on DEF fluids, $10 on a toll, 0 on parking, 0 on scales. I'm totally out of my element right now. I'm in a loaner truck. As you can see, I don't have my Peterbilt Ultra Loft. I've got a loaner Peterbilt, and I've also got a loaner trailer. So, which technically I don't own a trailer, so they're all loaners to me. But so these good fuel weeks like this, they're getting a little tricky in the near future, so stay tuned for future endeavors. But 0 parking, 0 scales, $12.47 on the variable cost. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Scales. I actually been scaling the truck some, because this trailer does not have a weigh-right or any kind of scale on it, and this truck, I'm not confident in the truck scale on it, because it's giving me different numbers basically at the cat scale. Like, I'll scale the truck and the number on the dash of the truck will be different than it was last time, even though they're within a couple 100 pounds of each other. So I don't play around. Cat scales are stupid. I hate paying cat scales. They're expensive. $14.75 on a first weigh these days. I think it's $5.50. Let me know in the comments if you know what a reweigh is. I luckily I haven't had to do reweighs. The load coming down is very standardized. I know the 7th, 8th, or 9th hole, and I'm good. But that load going back, because the weight changes, and I loaded at different facilities. So it's same company it loads out of, but different facilities, and they load different. So that one I've been scaling a little bit more because, hey, is $14.75 for a cat scale a ball buster? Yes. You know what's even more of a ball buster? Getting an overweight ticket for something stupid. So I just pay the cat scale. Unfortunately, I've been paying more of that here lately, but maybe we get a new trailer or get my trailer back. The problem with it is at the yard, anytime I drop my trailer, it's gone, because I take really good care of my trailer and I keep it full of fuel. And sometimes, people take off with it. You're not supposed to, but people do what they're not supposed to all the time, So anyway, that's my rant for the day. Give me my trailer back. I've got a decent trailer. It's just, I like mine because it's got the way ride on it. And, I just had them put new tires on it. So I'm like, come on, man. I just got that thing cherried up. New tires. Just got it serviced. And dropped it and took my truck over to Peterbilt to get the quote on the damage. So if you guys haven't been watching my live feeds, my blue Peterbilt got hit again. Got a guy hit me pulling out of a parking spot. I put a freaking $3,000 deer guard on the front of this truck so people won't back into me, and a guy goes down the side of my truck pulling out of a spot because, that's what trucking's become. That's where we're at in trucking, if you need a news flash. So anyway, that's the variable cost. $12.47 total variable cost. Bring over my $43.20 to me, my 80%. Subtract out the $12.47, and that leaves me $3,073 left to do what I have to do with. Now, I know that's not a good amount of revenue. $5,400 a week is pretty low for a reefer guy, especially when I have to pay for the reefer fuel. That's a pretty low amount, but I will be honest with you, I have not been pushing myself this summer. Home time was my priority. Being home with the kids, I had one is transitioning from kindergarten to first grade this year, and that is just peak fun right there. I mean, you can get into something every minute of every day with doing hanging out there with a kid that age. So we just having so much fun. I really let the revenue fall off for the summer. We'll pick it back up here coming into the holidays. Hopefully the rates will bounce back a little bit. I'm still doing the load out of Minnesota, and they actually went up on the rate on that for me a little bit, so that helps. So I get that, and then bouncing, and I've picked up a new one that I do out of Minnesota that it's got some deadhead on it, but it's paying really good. So it's paying like, even with deadhead, right, we're ballparking $3 a mile, even with 230 miles of deadhead. So good paying load. We got some things on the horizon that I'm excited about. Now that the kids are back in school, I've been trying to do that triangle I've been talking about. So we'll get the revenue back. It's coming back. It's just, there's a time and a place to push it. And I felt like this summer was not the time or the place to push it. And hell, every time I parked at a truck stop, somebody hit me. So that's what it felt like anyway. The blue truck got hit in the blue Peterbilt. My 579 got hit at the end of May, and then turned around and got hit again. I believe that was the beginning of August, maybe mid-August. Yeah, it's been down a couple weeks, so it's probably late August. So late May, late August, got hit 2 times in a parking lot. Boy, I'm telling you, get out and look ain't a thing anymore. I've been driving almost 20 years, and I feel no shame in getting out and looking. I would much rather pop the brakes, get out, walk back there, look at the situation, than to have to go hat in hand apologizing to some hard-working truck driver that I just destroyed his means of making money. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to put a get out and look sticker on my mirror because I feel like that takes up mirror space, which is valuable. But I mean, damn, there is no shame in getting out and looking, you know? And, you know, they were both flustered at the time, and it's just like, just calm down. It's just trucking, you know? Trucking 101. I teach Trucking 101 at the local college. Not really, but I make this up in my head, you know? But I tell people, trucking is so simple. It's really just, it's two things. Show up on time, and don't let the truck or trailer touch anything they're not supposed to touch. That's trucking. It's that damn simple. Don't make it any harder than it has to be. But anyway, that's the week, folks. I hope you enjoy Weekly Recap. If you do enjoy Weekly Recap, be sure to hit that like button. The views have fallen off hard on Weekly Recap because not everybody wants to be a truck driver now because rates are horrible and the illegal immigrants have taken it over and, kind of, took a poop on it or pooped in a bag and threw it on it, however they do. You've seen it. But anyway, so views are down, so if you could smash that like button for me, share it with somebody you think wants to become an owner or operator. We talk trucking all the time over here at CashisKingtrucking. I'm not like those other channels that tell you we're about trucking and then we, off doing everything else. But no, I stick to trucking on this channel. So if you want to see more, come join me for a live show. Oh man, do I have fun with a live show. Come and join me for those. Thanks everybody for watching. Take care of each other out there. And remember, people are more important than trucking. Quick, I just want to remind everybody about the Mudflap app. If you're not using Mudflap, check it out, download it. It should be part of your fueling program. It's a free app. Go download it from the Apple or Android store. You sign up using credit card or bank account. No credit checks, nothing like that. No fuel card needed. Get yourself huge discounts on fuel. It's an amazing free app. It's 100% legit. Sign up using my promo code there, and I'll get $10 in free fuel. You'll get $10 in free fuel. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.